What's up, YouTube? It's Cahool, back again with another angry movie review rant. This week, we're doing a first. Old versus new. The classic battle. We're going to compare a classic film hit with a newer, shittier remake release and deciding which one is better. This week, we're taking a look at Guillermo del Toro's Netflix release, Pinocchio.
Papa!
Enough of this nonsense.
And comparing it to the 2022 classic, Pinocchio, A True Story by Lionsgate.
Father, when can I leave to be on my own? I've got the whole world to see.
We're gonna break this down into 5 categories. Main character, supporting cast, music, animation, and overall story. First up is the main character, Pinocchio. Now, if there's one thing that's more annoying than a small child, it's a small child who sings. Pinocchio in the Guillermo del Toro movie is the worst fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. It's ear-grating and it makes me want to turn off the fucking movie. This kid's a fucking horrible actor, acting more wooden than the goddamn puppet the movie's based off of. Whoever thought it was a good idea to cast this kid in this movie is a real blockhead. Meanwhile, in the original classic from 2022, Lionsgate correctly cast the premier voice actor for Pinocchio, Pauly Shore. Instantly recognizable, immediately appealing, nothing but the best for this movie. Immediately, we are hit with the classic, "Father, I have to go to be on my own" line, and we know the movie is good. After that, it's all uphill. What a fucking amazing performance from Pauly Shore. Winner, obvious. Pinocchio, A True Story. The original is always better. Next, we've got the supporting cast. In the new one, you have a variety of characters, some of which are famous. Hugh McGregor is the cricket. The old guy from Harry Potter is Geppetto. Christoph Waltz plays an evil dude again. And thankfully, Guillermo del Toro has decided that now Pinocchio, a children's book from the 1800s, is the perfect time to talk about how fashion is bad. We've got Benito Mussolini, played by none other than SpongeBob, Tom Kenny. Now, Tom Kenny is an amazing voice actor. In fact, he's probably the best person in the whole movie. However, they gave him the wrong role. Correctly, Lionsgate cast Tom Kenny as Geppetto, the biggest supporting character. And with that change alone, they made the movie 10 times better. If you want good voice acting, hire SpongeBob. It's just obvious. You want to do funny voices? You get the SpongeBob guy. Obvious. Do SpongeBob. Thankfully, Lionsgate and the Russian film development animation crew were correct. Tom Kenny is Geppetto. Instant win. Point goes to the old. Next up, we have music. Now, there's one thing that we think about when we think of Pinocchio. You think of the classic songs, the upbeat tunes, jive and dancing, the excellent music. Classic 2022 Lionsgate film brings the great. Unfortunately, the new one kind of regressed. The music in the new movie feels like something out of a musical, and not a good one. You know when you go to a live musical and the lyrics of the songs feel very, stilted and forced? Like, there's the song in the beginning of this one where Pinocchio goes, "What is this? What is this?" And then goes la 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 la. They wrote the songs to be part of the scene first and to be music second. And frankly, it's just lazy writing. Compare that to something like, I don't know, the fucking 1940s Disney movie, Snow White, where Hi Ho is a very catchy song. Actually, Snow White was in the 1930s. My bad. Seems like they figured shit out almost 100 years ago, and we're just barely catching up. But in the 1930s movie Snow White, Hi Ho is a catchy song, and then they wrote a scene to fit the catchy song. Not they had an idea for a scene and then wrote some shitty lyrics to fit the fucking scene. And worst of all, most of the singing is done by either a tone-deaf Hugh McGregor, or perhaps most egregiously, a small child pretending to be Pinocchio, making me want to blast my brains out. Thankfully, in Pinocchio, A True Story, we got the sweet, dulcet tones of Pauly Shore to sing us to sleep. Point goes to the new one. Next goes animation. And this is one thing that you really gotta hand it to Guillermo del Toro. He went out all the stops. hand stop motion animation, really pushing the boundaries of what you can do. The whole thing done in non-computerized stop motion animation. And you might think, wow, this must mean it's amazing, right? It's incredible. However, unfortunately, art direction is shit. You can have an amazingly handcrafted, time put in something for hours and hours on end. But if the basis and general artistic idea of what you're doing is terrible, it doesn't fucking matter. So, point goes to the old, obviously, finally, we have overall story. And this is one where the new movie really makes you think. Guillermo del Toro was born in the 1960s and has never experienced fascism in his real life. Ever. The closest thing Guillermo del Toro has experienced fascism is when someone in film school told him his idea wasn't very good and he got rejected by Stacy at the prom. Meanwhile, the Russian filmmakers of Pinocchio, A True Story, are probably actually under a fascist regime. And you know which movie cared to comment about fascism? Guillermo del Toro's. It makes no fucking sense. Why? Similar to Taika Waititi in Jojo Rabbit and other such films of his, there's a weird, hard, hate-boner obsession with modern filmmakers and dictators of the 1940s, who they've never had to deal with the consequences of in their entire fucking lives. Guillermo del Toro's making the same movie outside of Hellboy, by the way, for about the last entirety of his career. Also Pacific Rim. Pacific Rim was good too, but that's not. Besides, you'd think at this point you'd try to make something fucking new, or talk about something besides, oh, fascism bad! And you're not allowed to comment on how fucking retarded it is to shove fascism into a fucking Pinocchio story for no reason other than to fulfill your own hate boner. Because if you do, you must be a fascist. No, I'm not a fascist. I just think it fucking doesn't fit with the story, and it's super fucking retardedly anachronistic. It doesn't work. It's stupid. Why do I need a short depiction of how little Benito Mussolini was? Mussolini wasn't that short. It's stupid. It's like when people, I understand the idea is to degrade these people and to make them think of them as lesser. Oh, we'll depict him as short. We'll say Hitler had a small penis and fuck his child or whatever. Oh, it's not true. You're just making shit up. Did what they actually did was not horrible enough for you? They had to make up lies about it and shit too? When you start making up historical lies and portraying things that aren't real as real, then you have to question the entirety of history at this time. You have to really think about whether what you're being told in school is real or not. Maybe, just maybe, if you let sleeping dogs lie and just let Hitler be the demon without beating him to death every fucking 5 minutes. I mean, Mussolini beat the devil without beating him to death every fucking 5 seconds and trying to emasculate him to fulfill your own lack of fucking ambition and insecurities. Maybe, just maybe, the recent rise of Nazism wouldn't have happened. Has it occurred to you that by fucking literally lying about history, you're exposing and endangering the integrity of our fucking understanding of real world events? It makes it very clear and easy to spread stuff like Holocaust denial stuff when you have fucking people claiming that Hitler did fucking like pee fetish shit and had a small penis with fucking people in the back rooms, which is just fucking not true. It's just fucking bullshit. And no, Mussolini was not a little baby short guy. He was 5'7". He wasn't tall, but he was not shorter than literal children who were 3 feet tall. It's stupid. Just make him look small. You can make him look short without making it be fucking turn him into a midget. It's also offensive to midgets. Frankly, it is offensive to dwarves and to little people to say that Mussolini, one of the world's worst fascists, is one of them. And that's if you don't like fascists. If you do like fascists, this movie's even worse. All I gotta say is, thank God for Pauly Shore telling a simple, fun story for the family without fucking bastardizing the original material to build his own Jack pleasure needs. And with that, you have to give the last point to the old. That's a 5 for 5 sweep. Old versus new, old wins again. Thank God for Pauly Shore. Thank God for Russian CG animators working in sweatshops. And Guillermo del Toro, you can take your fucking hack shit back to the bargain bin where it belongs. I'll see you all next week when I review another movie. And by next week, I mean whenever it comes out. Stop asking when new reviews are coming out. They'll be here when they're here. And no, I haven't seen Avatar 2 yet. I'd like to go see it at the movie theater, but frankly, going to see a movie for 3 fucking hours in a movie theater is a big time expense, and I don't want to waste some of my precious hours of my life watching a movie that I'm really not that interested in watching it to begin with. But I will for you. Just not this week. Also want to thank everyone for the big birthday wishes, and remember, next time you suggest a movie, post it in the comments below so I can read it. Have a good night. Oh, also, fuck you!